So hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Sweety and the new location. Okay, so I'm like super excited to shoot this video actually, and the same way little exhausted too. And yeah, that's the intro of the video, I guess. Whatever. Okay, so this video is kind of like a chill video for me basically. So there are so many things that have been happening in my life. It has been happening in everyone's life the same way it was. Whoa, it's been happening in my life too. And yeah, it's pretty much interesting sometimes, and sometimes it is exhausting too. So yeah, one of the series that I like a lot from our YouTube channel is the Teletale series. Why? Because I am able to like revisit my childhood days, bring about those stories, and then share with you guys. And sometimes it's even funny for me. Sometimes it's even funny for me because I find it little, different than what I actually felt while hearing those stories back in those days. I don't know if I'm audible enough to you guys, but yeah, this is the highest volume that I can speak here. Yeah, so as I was telling you that this is one of the series that I love the most, but there are also some times that I think that there are incidents in my own life that I relate so much with the stories, and why not share those incidents? And here it is, one of my real life example, or like my real life incident that I would like to share with you guys. Hope you all enjoy this video. Okay, so as everyone can understand or like relate to me here, that every single time that we hear an advice from an elder or from your parents or from your near dear ones, we don't really understand them or quickly grabs them and put them in action in our life. Like, we don't do that. I don't think so anyone does it either. Like, we don't implement every single thing that the other person says to us immediately. Once we undergo something and then we realize that yeah, what they said was right and it's for our betterment, then we start to put them in life. So it's the same thing that has been happening in my life also. So one such thing that I remember in such a way is what every single parent tells to their child. Yeah, and that is, do not lie. So yeah, that is the first universal rule that our parents teach us, and that is the first thing that we learn also, that is not to lie. First we start with not to lie to our parents, and then we start to learn not to lie to our teachers, and then to our friends, because if we lie, our friendship is at stake. And then little by little we start to understand that we should not lie to the other person, because we are trying to destroy the trust the other person, like the unknown person sometimes too, may have in our life or may have in on us, right? And then eventually as you grow up, you understand that you should not lie to yourself. Like, you must be truthful to yourself also. So yeah, so when I was in my 10th grade, there was this incident that happened in my life that kind of changed the way I think and feel and see the world, see myself, or see people around me. So that's how it was for me. And that one thing was obviously by my friends. Okay, so there was this one incident. I don't want to go deeper into it, so I'll just like brush it off there. And there was a thing that blew up among us friends, and then little by little, it started to spread to our parents also. And at one such incident, so it was a Sunday and we were about to go out, and my parents knew about this thing, and my mother took the initiative to ask me about this thing, like the incident that was happening, right? And she asked me, like, is it true, what is happening, do you know anything about it? And I started the lie saying that no, I have no idea about it. I have like no guess what you're talking about. I have no clue about everything that you're asking. That's the answer that I gave to my mom. And I knew like I'm lying there. And then that went on. Like, parents have this instinct on whether we lie or not. And my mom 100% knew that I was actually lying the first go. But still, she took her time to make me, tell myself that I'm actually lying. So morning she asked me this thing, and then I was like lying up, not just lying one lie, but I was like building up an whole empire out of that lie. That's the truth. Like, I was building up, I was saying no, this, I don't know what is happening and all those stuff. So I was like lying, 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 and till the end of the day, I was lying. Horrible. And by the end of the day, boom, everything broke out. The whole thing that I was building up smashed again. And that at that moment, I was standing in front of my parents and I was telling them, yes, it's all true. And whole day I was lying to them. That was such an exhausting day that even if I'm physically exhausted for a whole day asking me to do all the physical hardcore jobs, still I would be alive. But that day was hell, very much. And I guess like at that moment it was very stressful at that moment. But now when I look back to that day, I feel like my parents did me such a great job because they gave me that amount of time for me to think through it, to like finally open up. I know it's a very big wrong on my side, but still like my parents, they allowed me to correct myself, to talk to them, and this trust that they build on you is huge, a very huge. But it is this kind of trust that doesn't pressurize you at points. Like you don't actually feel that pressurized saying that your parents trust you and all those things. But that's, or should I say, like that was my case. Like I never felt pressurized by the trust that they place on me. So at that moment I remember that my parents gave me few moments to be alone, to think through it. And I remember the first thing I did was pray, because that's when I realized that every single thing that my parents have taught me till that day was for a cause. Like it could be forgiveness, it could be truthfulness, it could be gratefulness, thankfulness, everyness. But everything was for a cause, and I knew that not just saying sorry to my parents is gonna work, but I also have to pray to God, ask for His forgiveness too, because it's not just like small word that I spoke out, right? So it was like a whole big day of life. So I started like ask for forgiveness to God. I was like, God, I'm not going to do this again. And the thing that I took for myself was never ever am I going to lie. Never. So it may be hard. It may be hard because, you know, your days doesn't pass by without lying. But you have to stay stronger. And if you ask me the consequences, yeah, so if I had to more sum up about the day went on. The next day I went, told to my parents like every true. They gave me that night time, but don't even ask me, I didn't have a wink of sleep that night because I was like preparing myself to like go, because I knew that I did a big mistake. I went to that realization, I am wrong. And the second part was I have to stand in front of those people who actually trust me immensely and they put like their whole world on me, but still I have like let them down kind of feeling. So I have to like stand in front of them, look into their eyes, and confess that I was lying the whole day and the whole truth is all about this. So it was hard for me. So I was preparing the whole night, praying to God, like begging Him, saying that this is the last time I do something like this, I should not do ever again. And went on the next day, I made my parents sit in front of me. I told them like this, these are the things that happened, and I'm so sorry for this. And yeah, so that was the day that I realized that lying doesn't work out. Like more than telling your parents telling you that lie, don't lie. That was like first time that I myself realized that lying is not gonna make my life better. Like it made it worse. Like I lied for like a whole day, but still at the end of the day nothing happened. Like nothing was positive in my side. All I did was cry, and then you know everything was like completely broken in front of me. So that's how I felt. And if you ask me what is the betterment of not lying, I don't know why I'm giving this big whole speech, but yeah. Okay, so now why am I saying all these things? Is it really easy to stay without lying? No. You get tons of temptations when you actually think not to do something. Like it's like you have a chocolate in your fridge and your mom is like don't eat, and that's the moment you feel so hungry, you crave for chocolates the whole day until you get your hands on it, open the packet, put one in your mouth, and then you realized, oh no, your mom said not to eat it, right? So that's how it is. Till the moment you don't lie, you get into that temptation of like lie who cares, just lie. But the moment that lie comes out of your mouth, that's when everything is broken to you, that you did something wrong. So I just, so that was like 3 years before. Okay, so all these years there have been like times when I had to lie. Something that I'm like very happy is about my friends that I have, because I have these people around me who are so sweet, and they really know that even if it's a white lie, Sweetie is not gonna say it. you know when you have friends who understand you in all aspects and perspective, it's God given. I just mean it that way, okay? Because like it happens, right? We all are friends, we just speak, we have fun, and then there are moments when I have to like lie either to their parents or to my parents, and then I'm like, bro, no, I'm out of this. I am not gonna do about this. And they understand it quickly. It's not like they alienate me saying that Sweetie wouldn't come for this. Let's like leave her out. It's not in that way, but they try to understand like what I am doing is right, and then they take it personally. They're like, okay, like in the other side, it's right. Like Sweetie, Sweetie has a point in that, and the same way they like try to support me. It's wonderful. So that's how 3 years have been going. I won't say like these 3 years was like, yeah, 10th, 11th, 12th, first year, yeah, 3 years. So these 3 years passed by not because of my power or like by because of my will. It's because of God's blessing, definitely, and because of my parents and my friends support. Otherwise I would be saying tons of lies, I'm sure. So there's this another incident that happened recently, that this is like the main reason why I'm making this video. Okay, so how hard it is to not lie, and what are the consequences of not lying, or what are the I just told you the consequences of lying. Now I'm telling you what are the you know benefits that you can get out of not lying. Hi, hi. You want to feature in my vlog? Yeah. So those are my companions for my video. Okay, so what happened was there's this laptop that I use for editing these videos. Okay, since since YouTube came to being, I have been like too much into editing, and yeah, there's this laptop that I use for editing. So what happened was, laptops are foldable, and there is like two joints there to like facilitate the what facilitate, I don't know, like which helps the computer to, I mean, okay, there are these two joints that lets the laptop get folded into two, right? The what do you call that joint? Computer science students, they'll find out. So that one. And what happened was, one day after coming from college, yeah, after coming from college, I realized it was broken. That's the only laptop that I use for doing something productive, useful, worthwhile, without doing something stupid or nonsense or waste of time. Okay, and that laptop was now broken. Thankfully, like I can still work on it, but still it's broken. So now there were like two options. One is to hide it from my parents, like not to let them know until they eventually find out one day and a whole disaster fall on me, or point two, where I have to bring it to my father's notice, let him know that it is broken, and yeah, of course, agree that it was my carelessness that happened, because that laptop is under my care. So I am the only person who is responsible for anything that happens, right? So I had to take the responsibility. So these are the two things that are in front of me, and I had to do one among these two. So what I did was, I took a time, and the first thing that came into my mind was this incident 3 years ago, where I lied and broke into pieces. So I thought, okay, this time we have to make a change. And what is that? Is to go straight in front of my dad and tell him. Confessing the truth is very hard, like very hard. And we were like shortage of money, of course, and now I have broken the laptop too. Like I don't really know how the laptop got broken even to this point, but yeah, somehow it is my mishandling that took it to that place, which is definitely the truth. So I took it to my dad and I was like, அப்பா, இது இங்கே வச்சிருந்தேன், ஆனால் இப்போ என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு தெரியல, இதில் அந்த ஜாயிண்ட் போயிருச்சு, நான் தான் தப்பாக யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், நான் தான் தப்பாக ஹேண்டில் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், என் மேலே தான் தப்பு, நான் ஒழுங்காக பார்த்துக்கல, ஆனால் இப்போ இதை என்னப்பா பண்ணுறது? I just told these things. I was like, these are exact words that I said. Okay, I didn't even look at his eyes. I was like, I'm telling the truth now, but I'm not even looking at his eyes. Okay, and my dad was like actually distracted on something else, and then he slowly looked into the laptop and he took the laptop in front of him. He turned to me and he asked me, "Enachi, now is it? Now I have to say the same truth again." Saying the same lie twice is very easy. Very easy. I did for a whole day. Very easy. But telling the same truth twice, knowing that you are gonna get earful from your parents is hard. But still, we are doing it. Yeah. We are doing it. We are doing it. Yes. So I told my dad that I just came from college and then I saw this and it's broken and I don't know how it happens, but I know the truth that I am the only person who is, you know, handling this laptop, so the fault is on me. But still, I don't know how it happened. I don't think that I dropped my laptop anywhere or something, but I'm so sorry for this, but can you help me out of it? The response that my father gave me was the calmest response ever. I'll put it here. It was like very calm. Of course, he was like in a packed mood because he had so many things to take care of. And then here I am, his daughter, bringing the laptop that he gave me in a bad state, of course. So he took the laptop and he was like, சரி பார்த்துக்கலாம் ஓகேவா இப்போதைக்கு பத்திரமா இன்னும் உடைக்காம பத்திரமா பார்த்து யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க நம்ம இதை பார்த்துக்கலாம் ஓகேவா போய் வைங்க போங்க. This was the response that he gave me. I was, oh my god, parents are sweet. Parents are sweet. Like if you are right, if you know how to communicate with them, they are good. They are like the sweetest person that God has ever given in your life. And I was like, wow, like one truth can make all these things happen. Because I remember back in that day in 10th grade when I said that lie, and that tension between me and my parents were very, so the tension among me and my parents, like they didn't scold me, like they didn't like get angry on me or hate me or anything, but still there was that one whole week that had this weird of course reasonable tension in our house. So that moment I realized like, oh my god, one truth can make so much of difference. And when you're like truthful, things happen. And I thought that this story is something worthwhile. Like there are so many incidents that you have lied, we all lie, and that is the day I like realized that if that was a lie that I said early in my life, I'm gonna recorrect it. So I started like pick up my phones and then I started to call up every single person that I know, every single person I remember lying to, and then I was like, because once the cloud passes away, because with the lie, people forget it, like until it brings a big consequences. But it did bring a big consequences without us knowing it. So I like called up my friends, called up my other known people, and then I was like, this thing you remember, right? So this is what actually happened. I lied to you, I'm so sorry. And they all came up with the same question, asking me like, why now? Like no one cares about it, it's like under the rug. Like why do you have to pull it up? Why do you have to pull it up? But then I told them like, I just felt it this way. It's better to come clean rather than staying under the rug. Don't you think so? So yeah, that is the small story that I wanted to share. And yeah, in a new place. So yeah, that is how the story ends. So it's okay if you lied. Don't lie hereafter. Yeah, it's okay if you lie. If you lied in the past, hereafter try to not lie. You know, temptations, you fall into it, like it's okay to lie, yo, but it's never the best way. Like there are many other good options to live life than why lie. Okay, so until then, this is Sweety signing off. We all meet in the next video, and here's your reminder: you're beautiful. What was the reminder? You're beautiful, you're awesome, and you're made with a purpose. Until I see you in the next video, this is Sweety signing off. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Bye.